What's good, rappers? Today, we gonna discuss something I had on with Brian. Alright? So let's get into it. Rappers, have we been duped? Yesterday or a day before, I made a comedy reel for my Hybrid 803 comedy channel, shouts out. And the joke was, it takes 313 plays in order to get $1 for an artist on Spotify. And I went on to who was in the room, when that decision was made, because I wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? And I got to thinking about that later on, I did not make any parts of that decision. Like, why all of a sudden, our music went from a minimum of $5 a CD, hell, even $1 a CD or whatever, to 0.003 cent. And who came up with this pay scale for, what costs 0.03 cent? Have you ever went to the store and seen something for 0.03 cent? Like, what are we doing here? Could you imagine standing on the block and having 313 people come by buying your CD between $1 and $5? You understand? You could pay bills, you know what I mean? I remember days like I would get off from work when I was working at this little pizza spot, Persona Pizza, you know what I'm saying? It was hellacious. They had some good pizzas though. But I remember I would get off work and I had to wait 2 weeks to get my check, you know what I'm saying? So when I get off work, we still didn't have no money for no food or extra little knickknacks what we needed to do, you know what I mean? So I would take my CDs, I had a stack of CDs, my Sativa CD at the time. You can also stream it, yeah. But I had the stack of CDs, Sativa at the time, when I went out to the hot spot. You can even see me on YouTube if you look up the playlist. And I had sold my CD and came home with between $60 and $70 to feed my fam, get some smoke, and put a little bit up for the next day. And then they're like, oh, well, now the music is for selling stuff, so you can't make money off of streaming. You shouldn't worry about making money off the streaming. You should be making money off the merch and the shows and all this. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta sell other shit because, dude, 0.03 cents, why don't you raise the rates? How about that? Can we do that? And they're like, oh no, we can't raise the rates, because if we raise the rates, then we're gonna have to raise the Spotify submissions and all of the submissions for the places where they listen to music. Well, maybe you should. I mean, you know what I'm saying? $10 a month for all this music. Maybe that's a little bit cheap, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we're selling ourselves short with that. Did you think about that? Then they're like, oh, well, if we raise the rates, then nobody is going to be able to afford to stream the music, and then the whole system is going to break down. And I'm like, yeah, your system. You're only talking about shit that's good for you, okay? If they were able to go out there and buy music from the artists that made the music, then the artist who made the music would be getting more of the pie, and then that way it would be a more equal transaction. Because, I be thinking to myself, why the hell do we need them anyway? And then it'd be like, oh, Hybrid 803, you need us because how else are you going to get your music in different places and all this and reach fans in Africa and Alaska and Antarctica and all this? Now, don't get me wrong. I am thankful for everyone everywhere that listens to my music. I am so thankful. But if you got one fan, okay, in Winnipeg, Canada, all right, how in the hell am I going to go up there and perform for the one fan? That one ticket is not going to pay for the trip from South Carolina all the way up to freaking Canada. Not to mention, how I'm supposed to get over there with the passport and everything? I can't get no passport through the legal reasons. Oh yeah, Hybrid. Not to forget about pirating and everything. Remember back in the day when they were bootlegging everything and they had all those bootleggers bootlegged from the industry? A lot of artists were being stolen from. And I'm like, true, yeah, the bootlegging, yeah, they did steal some money out the artists' pockets. But let's think about this for a second, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you go on tour and you're an artist that's just starting out, they say it's basically for promo because all the money that you get is going to be basically burnt out by the time you get off tour. Not to mention, they say most artists, when they first start out, they're in debt by the time they finish the tour. So the tour was really for promotional purposes anyway. So I'll be like, if you're going to go on tour and spend all that money to go on tour just to wind up being in debt, well, why not have some bootleggers bootleg your shit, and that way your name can be in different areas, and then they can get some money. It's like automatically having a street team. You understand what I'm saying? You're giving out jobs now. Now, you didn't even do a show down there in Florida somewhere, but they jamming with your song because Earl the bootlegger has been bootlegging your shit for the past 2 years, and now you got a market down there. Now you can go down there and get a show, or people down there who hearing your shit is gonna call you like, hey, why don't you come down here to Oopalaka, Florida, or wherever the hell, and we gonna give you a certain amount of money so you can perform, because motherfuckers out here keep dancing to your shit and the DJ playing it and it's hot. You see what I'm saying here? It's like streaming like basically crippled the indie rapper. You understand what I'm saying? Or the indie artist. And then you got the younger generation coming in talking about some, oh yeah, CDs is old, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get with the times. Cars don't even come with CD players no more. Bullshit. Bullshit. I be taking Ubers, and every time when I get in the fucking Uber, you know what the first thing I look for when I get inside of an Uber is a CD player. And you know what I have never failed to not see in one of these motherfucking cars? A CD player. So what the hell? Where did we come up with this? Oh, cars don't have CD players. And that was back in like 2015. It is 2023, and it's still freaking CD players in the freaking cars. I think it was a conspiracy or something. Somebody came. I think the record labels paid somebody, okay, to go out there and just spread this whole campaign of ain't no more CD players and cars and all this here, and then made some young person said that they paid him, and now all the younger generations like, yeah, if you ain't got no 2023, just say that. And I'm like, dude, how many people do got a freaking a car that's of the same year that they living in currently? Like, come on, let's get real. Most people got cars that's like 5 years old, 10 years old, 3 years old, whatever. So what are we even talking about here? We only making music for like millionaires or thousandaires or something like that. Only the top 1% in the hood. That's what we making the music for. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine that? Like, oh yeah, I got a song called Struggling Out the Ghetto when I was eating ramen noodles and all this here, and I had to hit licks and all this here, you know what I'm saying? I put it out there for streaming, you know, because I don't want nobody who's really going through that to hear the music. I want people who's balling to hear the music. Like, what kind of sense does that make? I think we got brainwashed, man. I really think a lot of people got brainwashed. Shouts out to people who are still doing their thing out there, you know, in the streets, you know, selling merch and what have you, and finding a way outside of this new music industry in order to eat, because this new shit is crazy, fucked up. It's like, you know, we can sell merch. It's okay to sell shirts. It's okay to sell hats. It's okay to motherfucking sell soap, thongs, drawers, condoms, whatever the fuck you want to sell. But the moment you pull a CD out your back pocket, oh shit. Oh, motherfucking the world need to stop. Hold up, homie. Let's talk. What's going on with your pockets, fam? People don't listen to that no more, fam. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. All right? But what are your thoughts on this subject? You understand what I'm saying? Do you think that we should continue with the new way and in the new music industry, or do you think that artists should start finding other ways outside of the music industry in order to make a living out this motherfucker? Appreciate y'all. I hope I can put something on your mind so you can think a little bit. And as always, until next time. What?